We got a bit of glitch. I tried to turning on the app, but the app was refusing to turn on. Don't know why, but here we are. So I am super tired right now. I have been working my physique for quite a while because I haven't cleaned my room, and today I cleaned my room and I'm tired as fuck. I just don't feel energized right now, but I have something that's really beneficial for you if you have been in this category, in this condition for quite a long time. Because if you are not eating well, if you have too many things to do physically, it's just draining your energy off. If you are have been sourcing the power from your physical only, meaning like you never turning on the faith, you never turning on how you feel, then you just like exhausting yourself physically. What else? Because I didn't write the draft today because that's how tired I am. And I told myself, like, let's just run wild with this because we don't know what we are going to talk about, but we do know the essence of the message that we are trying to share. So I am based on that three category. I run the battery of my physicality essentially. So because I have never go with this for so long, and when I do drain my physical power, I'm just burn out. I'm just like everything, every part of my body hurts because I have been cleaning my room and all that stuff for intensely because I haven't done that for quite a while. So my feet it hurts, my arms is hurt. I'll just the only thing that is not hurting is just my voice because I didn't clean with my voice. We are going with that. And then there are there are three things that you can source your power from. It can be from your body, your physical, it can be from your emotion, it can be from your spirituality. So most people trying to lean on one based on what is available and they can't like jump the source, which is those threes that I found myself. And when they burn out, they just like run out the energy from that one power source. And now I run out from the my physical power source. Because I'm like, I am so tired. I don't want to do anything. But my mind is still working perfectly fine. And what I did today is not really draining my spiritual power either. So we can go from those two places. And I'm going with the commitment, which is the vision, which is another thing. If you have something that you want to take, you want to experience, then you're going to do whatever it takes until you have it. And that's where we are. Just another, it's external power. It's not really from you. So you can lean on that, but it will be when it's over, then the power is gone. So with the three main power source, it will be there forever and over, forevermore, because that's how you sustain yourself, your body, your feelings, and your faith, the spirituality, whatever faith you are in. And because I drained my power, my physical power today, you can essentially just jump on the next ship that you have. And I'm jumping on the feeling side and the vision side. But because most people doesn't know this type, they only step on one power source, and when it's ended, they just like Either they are stutter, meaning they're buffering in their experience, or they can't do more, or they just like blaming themselves, which is what I used to do. I used to do like, my God, I'm so tired, and I blame myself, and then I get so angry, which is I did today. Just the process of you getting burnt out is you draining your power source. You are unable to jump into a different power source, and then you are building your internal pain by blaming yourself, by doing something is and negatively draining even more. So when you are when you have your power source, you are still like plus 10, plus 12, and all that stuff. When it's draining, just you are in zero. And when you start to blame yourself, it's become the negative one, negative 5, 10, 20. And when you go into that, it's a lot harder to. Oh, something just jumped on the tree. I don't know what that is. I think it's squirrel. I didn't know that we have squirrel in here. I just found out like a couple of years before, and because my cat was like chasing the squirrel. They want to hunt the squirrel, but they can't catch it because it's so fast. And yeah, so what we're talking about, and why it's hard to actually um help yourself when you are in the negative power source, because you don't have anything that can lift you out. If you are in this still a neutral state, which is the zero state, you can just jump onto the other side until this power source recover itself, until it has enough charge for you to use it again. So there's also that, meaning that how do you actually charge the power source so that you don't run into the negative? Because in the negative you are absolutely cooked. You can't do anything. You can't have your positivity. If you are trying to push from the negative before you go into neutral, before you stop creating any more cancerous soul cells, then you need to actually, because if you try to push yourself from the negative power source, you are creating what I call the double negative. Instead of making yourself positive, you are just doubling the negative. So you're falling deeper and deeper because you haven't recharged yourself, which is like one of the most solution, the most important solution that you need to do when you need to do when you are burning out. And I just figured it out before I went live, which is like the the promotion post that I will post on Monday about what would I say, like the the one liner for this video is that if you need to burning out slowly, so that instead of burning out to the negative, you start to learn how to recharge in that space. Because when you have that recharge path, way, solution, you notice that you can jump on the different power source until this one recover. But when you jump into this, you need to do something for this to recover in itself. So in my case, I am now jumping to my feelings, because I will blame myself for not doing this, because I have committed myself to do this 365 days, and I push myself knowing that I have my commitment, my vision. But then I need to do something for my physical so it recover early. And what I'm doing with the other power source, I don't fall into the negative usage of this physical power source, because there are hard lines. I have gone that way before, and it's really hard to recover from that because you just exhausted all the freaking time, which is like, you don't want to have that. Absolutely no one would actually want that experience, because when you exhausted, you are become the most vulnerable and just tiring to be around for other people. So no one will help you. Is that? So that's one of the ways to see it. And yeah, I didn't put any draft because I was that tired. I'm that tired. And I just want to keep this out of my schedule because we are closing into the 6 p.m., which is our closing time for recording. And I wonder like if we have some other than this. So there are different ways to recharge your power source. Every person have different way. Every person. So I can't tell what your way, but I do know some of the couple of things that may be correlated to your path, meaning that if you are doing this, then you probably can recharge your physicality because we have the same biology. And I assume that if you know some of your family characteristic of physicality, meaning the disease itself, the tendency, if you have someone in your family with the same dietary routine, meaning like you like sweet, and then someone out there in your family likes sweet too, and you can observe how they actually react, how they actually get carry themselves throughout the day, because that's actually powerful. If they also have a tendency of ailments that you also probably carry genetically, so that also can be one way to see where is your physicality can recharge. Me personally, I love sweet. So whenever I eat sweet, instead of recharge to the positive level where I can start to use my physicality for my own purpose, my own agenda, when I eating sweet, it actually declined. Why? Because I'm burning out the sugar. So my body focuses on that instead of helping me do other things that I want to do because they need to recover from the sugar itself. So you need to know that. Like what is well, and how do you actually recover from sweets? I have a detox system that I found from healing myself from a diabetic cycle because I used to eat sweet really, really a lot. And it was so much that I have a diabetic, and I didn't know I have diabetic because no one in my family have this much of sugar intake issue with them because I'm just like the only one, and I need to figure out that. But my father also have this thing, but he hasn't found out, and I just found out about how the sugar affect us when I start recovering it from myself. It's a sad, sad story because then they're also that, meaning that your family have the same disposition as you, but you you are the sole um, person who may recover from it because everyone else in your family thought it's normal to be this way, and I'm like, hey, it's not normal to be this way actually. And there are also before you get into burning out, which is like the sign, and when you are burning out, and then the after when you are start to recover from your burnout symptom signs. So that is really personal project for yourself. I found mine through sweets, how I actually um, spend my energy on my physical is actually how from my sweets, from the symmetry of my physical body, from the health of my tonsil because I have surgically removed one of my tonsils, so I only have one. That is how bad my sugar intake was. That I need to remove it because I constantly getting sick and I constantly getting fever because the tonsil doesn't work properly. And at the time, No one knows. And I kind of like disappointed now because I know how to recover from the sugar addiction. And there are parts of the solution that is my family are not vouching for, meaning that if you are eating sweets too much, some of the cells of your body shrink. And to fight that shrinkness, you need to eat more protein than normal. So I used to like snack on protein, meaning that if there is food on a table, I would just snack the protein. I didn't know why I did that. I just do it instinctively. And apparently that's how my body survived from years of eating too many sweets. So that's that. I found a way. So this is also why you need to do inner work, because if you ever have anyone out there that have the same symptom as you know, like, I know how to fix that. That is a really powerful tool for someone out there to trust you, because if they do it and if they clear their ailments and you are the source of that solution, you get their trust. You make a world better place. It can be like some of the people you know, some of people you're biologically connected, either it's your parents, your aunts, your kids, your cousins, whoever that is. So that's why you need to do inner work. And physicality is really like static. It does not change until you change. So when you find one path to a better health, then you change. And understanding your ailment is the first thing that you can do. And it's the symmetrical work about your body, which is how I found it, is because my feet is in a different size. Don't know why that is. I probably thought about the time I was falling from the stairs and then just like my legs were crooked from there. Probably that one, but also like I don't really stretch that much. So my muscle gone sore for quite a while, not knowing that I also eat sweet. So the recovery takes a lot slower than people do. And I don't eat much protein, so the recovery is a lot worse than most people do. So when it does recover, it recover weirdly because I didn't stretch. And the knots there for the compensation of how I treat my body, which is not great. And I have that knots for quite a while until I figure out, oh, this is how the knots feel in my body. So I need to clear this one knots and the other one knots. Oh, actually, we need to align the straight lines, which is like your temple, your nose, your mouth, your throat, your chest, your diaphragm, your belly, and then your sensitive parts, and then your two thumb feet, thumb on your feet. What do you call that? Don't know. And it needs to be aligned in such a way that you don't exert too much of energy from your body. So that's one way, is that you close up the gap between how your cells recover and how you are spending your energy. But when you know the balance of that, your physicality will recharge a lot faster. So at that point, I do know that by the end of the day, before I sleep, I need to stretch my body so that the muscle stop contracting in a weird way that I don't recover by the next morning. But I do also know that if you are not able to eat any more protein of the day, either you're broke, either you just don't have any food that contain more protein, either you just don't have the option to eat any more protein, then you need to eat more vitamin A and vitamin D, because that will recharge your cells like 20 times faster, because they are here to recover the cells. That's one way to see it. And then you can't eat anything that is tiring your cells for your body to recover, which is like no sweets, no junk food, no oily foods. The only food that you can eat to recover your body is protein and a bit of vitamins and water. Water is another thing, which is interestingly, we are built from protein, water, and a bit of the vitamins here and there. And water is how well the blood bring the vitamins to your cells. So if you don't have that much of water in your system, then it will move slowly. So the blood needs to be thin enough to carry the vitamins fast enough to your cells. So drink is also the key. So you got drink, you got stretch, you got food. And also sleep. I mean, like, you gotta recover when you need to recover by sleeping, right? If you're not sleeping enough, then you're probably going to cause the vitamins to stick in your surface of your skin, which is what I used to have. Because I didn't sleep enough, the toxin is not released through your pee. Instead of, they are releasing through your skin, and you got that blister all over your skin. I had that too. That's one of the ailments that I have, which is also my dad have, because we have pretty much the same dietary routine, because we love sweets. What do you take? What do you get from this video? Because I just told you about numerous of ways to recover your physical power source. It's a lot denser than we think, because then if you can't sleep, how do you actually retain that? If you can't stretch, you don't know how to stretch your body, how do you actually do that? If you don't know if you're thirsty or not, how do you actually do that? That is its own class that I can give you. But right now, I just give you the dietary one, because that's like the easiest to tell, because in the other area, it's about the feeling of your body. Like, are you still thirsty? Are you still sleepy? Are you still that? So that is a different way to say. And my voice is actually strained because I eat too much sugar for the last week, and I just haven't recovered, which is like one of the whys I feel burnout a bit. But then also, like, in the process of burning out, I think it's just me. Because the physicality is, my breath gets hotter in the wrong way. It's not like I don't know it's not like I'm aroused. I'm just like, I'm tired, and that's why, like, my voice is not producing its volume naturally. And this is me pushing my words out, because my throat is actually burning right now. So yeah. Yep. That's what we're gonna leave you with. If you need to burn out slowly. Will you? I'll see you tomorrow.